So if you watch the channel, you'll have seen the video where me and my buddy Russell unboxed a bunch of original Mirage Studios Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles comics from CGC. I've got almost all of mine on the wall behind me there on display, and all of these are oversized issues. Issue 1 through 4 plus Raphael number 1 were all oversized printings, so they have to go in the CGC magazine tiers. Now what that means is they have a whole different case for these. And I was not aware of this until I got one, because I had never checked these out before. I'd never seen them out and about at the shops or anything. So I was very surprised to see what these things look like and the poor craftsmanship behind them. Now this is something that we really don't ever see from CGC. To be honest with you, their slabs have always been pretty decent. You know, outside of Nick twerking his a little bit every now and then, you really don't hear a lot of people complaining about the sturdiness of the slabs too often. But I'm telling you right now, these things here are atrocious. Absolutely atrocious in more ways than one. The first thing being the label here. So up where the label goes, you'll see basically it's just kind of in this top area here, and it's just kind of sealed off right here along the top. And the label there is there's nothing really holding it in place. This one's kind of pushed out in the middle. It's kind of bowed right here in the middle a little bit. I've got some of them that are just laid in there slanted. Some of them are crooked this way because the space where the label goes is not made specifically for the label to be in there. Now, if you look at the most recent slabs for their modern cases here, you'll see that it has actually got a molding on the back there to keep the label in perfect placement every single time. This is, you know, this is perfect for the label. Looks great. Hashtag 9.2 crew. These here, where the label goes there, I mean, it's completely flat across. It's flush all the way down and all the way here. You don't get any of the information on the back of the slabs at all for the magazines. It says CGC right here, and then you know, you get the website here. Outside of that, there's nothing on the back of these labels, whereas with the other slabs, obviously you get plenty of information here. You get 9.2 white pages, you get the number for the slab, what it is. I mean, there's some information on the back. There's nothing here on the information side of this one. The front is obviously going to be about the same as far as information available. But then you get to you hear that? The slab itself. These things are not made like these are. I mean, this one has a little bit of, I mean, if you squeeze on it, I mean, but these here, I cracked a couple of these just taking them out of the bubble wrap. I mean, it was that bad. I know Russell, when he got his back, he had several of them where the pins in the corners were all busted out and just laying down in the bottom. I mean, these things are, I mean, you barely have to even touch them, and they're just collapsing on themselves. It's definitely a horrible, horrible design, and I'm not understanding. CGC has went through several stages of slabs for their modern Silver Age stuff, but why have they not done anything with these? Is it because that they don't do too many of them until recently, of course, because now obviously these are getting a lot of use. So who knows, maybe now that people are actually using these more, they're going to update them. But I had never had any experience with these magazine size cases, and I've talked to several people, and nobody is impressed with these. These are a big letdown. So I just wanted to do a video and let everybody know what these things are actually like, you know, how they feel, how they look, the likes, the dislikes. Now on this Ronin ash can, this one fits perfectly, so it is centered great. Now on the other Turtles books, they're not quite as wide, so what they do with those is they'll actually put this spacer in here, and it comes out like this, and it pushes the book off center all the way to the left. That I'm not as big a fan of, you know, having the book completely off center and just big huge plastic spacer inside. I mean, that kind of looks a little bad when you really look at the book, but obviously if you look back here, I mean, if you really look at it, you might be able to tell, but in person you can really see the difference, and it doesn't look, it's not as pleasing to the eye. But I mean, I'm not going to argue with that. I understand they're not going to make a whole nother case for Turtles books. Well, that doesn't sound like a bad idea now, because obviously Turtles books are coming in droves, but that didn't happen until recently. So all in all, just wanted to do a video reviewing these CGC magazine size cases. Outside of that, I had no problems with this submission. This is the first one that I've actually gotten everything back, and there was no issues with any of the labeling, with the books or anything. I was very pleased with CGC with this last CGC unboxing with all my Turtles books, which was great, because I was really nervous about these specifically because obviously they were all high grade. Hard to find books in high grade, so I did not want anything to go wrong with these. So like I said, no issues with that unboxing. I was very pleased with them, just not very satisfied with the actual cases. I mean, they're just, I don't know, man, these things, I mean, I'm just moving it in my hand. But hey, if you ever check these out, if you have any of the CGC magazine cases, please drop a comment. Let me know what your thoughts on them are. Am I just being too rough on these, or do I have some valid points? Obviously, I'm not trying to just beat these guys in the dirt, because I still use them too. CBCS does not do magazines yet, so maybe when they do, I'll try them and we'll do a comparison video. Let me know what you guys think. Hit the like button if you enjoyed the video. Make sure you're subscribed if you're not, and as always, collect your way.